What's going on, Muscle Monsters? Alain Gonzalez here, and today I want to talk about why you're not gaining weight and what you can do to change that. All right, so the first thing that you have to come to terms with is the fact that if you're not gaining weight, you're not eating enough consistently. You might be eating in a surplus 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, but you're not eating in that necessary surplus consistently. All right, you do not defy the laws of thermodynamics, particularly the first one, energy balance. Energy cannot be created and or destroyed. Okay, so now that we understand that, let's talk about how you can eat enough. First, let's talk about how much you need to eat. All right, this is going to differ from person to person, but if you want a starting point, just take your weight, your body weight, and multiply it by 16, and the number is going to be your starting calories. All right, this is just a starting point. Eat that many calories every single day, take your weight every single day, and at the end of every week, get an average of all your weigh-ins for that week. All right, once you do that for the second week, you can compare the averages, and if your weight is going up, that means that calorie intake puts you in a surplus. Okay, if it stays the same, that just means that you're at maintenance, and all you have to do is increase your calories to put you in a surplus. And if for whatever reason you lose weight, then that means that you're in a deficit, and you can again increase your calorie intake enough to put you in a surplus. And keep doing that so that anytime your weight stalls out, all you have to do is increase the calories to further put you in a surplus and continue gaining weight. It's really that simple. All right, so now that you're eating enough, now we want to maximize muscle and minimize fat, and we're going to do that by following or consuming your calories in the right macronutrient distribution. All right, so we want to have maybe high carbs, because carbs are less likely to end up as body fat in those of us who train with weights or are active in general. We want moderate to high protein, and when I say moderate to high, I'm talking 0.8 to 1 gram per pound. And then in terms of fat, anywhere between 0.3 and 0.4 times body weight is more than enough. Now, I will say this. The best diet is the one you can stick to. So if you're not feeling satisfied or you're not enjoying your diet because you feel the fats are too low, then increase them a bit and just take away from the carbs a little bit. All right, it's not going to make a huge difference. The idea is simply that you don't want super high fats and super low carbs, because fats or dietary fat is more efficiently stored as body fat. So if we're having too many fats or too much fats in our diet, we are likely to end up gaining fat a little bit faster when we are overeating or in a caloric surplus. All right, so now we know how much we need to eat. We know the exact macronutrient ratios, but that's not enough. Now we actually have to eat that much, and sometimes our appetite just doesn't allow it, right? Our energy needs will exceed our appetite. And so a couple of things you can do is, number one is you can start eating earlier in the day. A lot of the time we wake up, we're not really hungry in the morning, or we're too busy. You can train yourself to be hungry in the morning as you wake up. So the way you can do this is simply by waking up every morning, making yourself a little protein shake, blend in some fruits, maybe some oats, just something to give you more calories, and kind of force yourself to drink that every morning. What you're going to notice is that after a few days, you're actually going to wake up hungry. Your body is your metabolism is very adaptive, so you're going to want to eat in the morning now that you are kind of accustomed or acclimated to it. Another thing you can consider, if you are waking up late in the day and you're eating as soon as you wake up, maybe you're not giving yourself enough time in the day to consume meals, so try waking up a little bit earlier. Eating or waking up a little bit earlier is going to give you more time throughout the day to fit in meals. So if you have 11 hours where you are up, awake, and active and fitting meals, try to increase that to 13 hours. Now you have an additional 2 hours to include some more calories. Another thing you can do is throw in a high calorie weight gain shake. And I like to make these at home with nutrient dense foods. I'm going to link a video down below where you can see how I like to make them. I think there's one that's about 700 calories. You can literally make it in a minute or two and drink it in another minute or two, and boom, that's 700 calories for your day. Just adding that to whatever you're already eating will probably be more than enough on its own to put you in that surplus. All right, so again, eating 16 times your body weight in calories as a starting point. Find your maintenance, or find how many calories you need to be in a slight surplus. You want to be gaining as a beginner maybe half a pound to a pound a week, and slightly less than that if you've been training for more than a year. Make sure that the macronutrients are in order. That way you can maximize muscle gain, minimize fat gain, and you can prolong that bulk, right? So you can spend more time in a caloric surplus building muscle as opposed to having to cut and bulk. And then increase that appetite. Make sure that you can eat enough to grow, because knowing how much you need to eat versus actually eating it is the difference between growing and not growing, right? So again, start eating earlier. If you're not hungry in the morning when you wake up, train your body to be hungry when you wake up. If you're waking up late, just wake up a little bit earlier and start eating earlier. It could even work the other way around. And so that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found that helpful. If you did, click the like button below. Subscribe for more videos. If you haven't already, grab Mass in a Flash, completely free. Link below. Go there, put your name and your email address. You'll get instant access to that. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.